Hello and welcome back to Hearts of Iron 3 BlackIce mod version 911 with GGA, TRE, UTR, and TDW, and a bunch of other sub mods. And let's continue this. I want to check something real quick. Okay. I went ahead and was going through the OOBs here, all the way up to the divisional. And some of the core commanders. And yes, quite nicely that's moving down. Or yeah, we'll take that. And yep, let's go ahead and continue this. And we're losing a lot of rares, but that's okay. Alright, spies. Priority 10. We'll let that go for a little bit longer. Bunch of other stuff. Romania. Yeah, we'll go ahead and buy your rares. We want to be your friends. Okay, what do we have down here? Standard infantry branch. And artillery unit training, that is going to continue. Well, let's get our sub anti-aircraft armaments. Okay, well I guess we can't do it. We don't have enough leadership. And let's continue. Sure. And these divisions are going to be coming online here pretty quick. But we will be getting some more units. Okay, camouflage designs. Well, let's stop that one. And again, come down here to sub AA. Start researching that. IC. Medium artillery upgrades advance. Okay, that's in the armored support brigades, sub AA. Twin engine airframe. Well, we can't do that one until these get to researching, and can't do medium fuel tanks, so let's do 4-engine airframe. Let's continue. United Kingdom. No, we do not want your resources. And let's continue. Okay. Well, let's 29 money for 30. Yeah, we'll go ahead and do that one. No and no. Okay, I'm gonna take a bite of this watermelon here. And we're gonna continue it. This one we are going to continue, yeah. Delay between attacks reduced with 0 hours, okay. And we have a decision here. Yes, we will go ahead and do this. Forming of 2 SS Core HQ. And they form a Battled. And let's check out the Spanish Civil War. And what about Japan? Okay, well, they have Tianjin and Beijing, more or less. And Latvia. Yeah, we'll go ahead and we'll do that. $245. Okay, we have 27th Infantry Division. And we're gonna go to this area. And we're gonna go to Augsburg. That's where they were located out of Augsburg, and it goes to Bergman. Yes. He was the divisional commander, and we'll hook him up to that Army Corps. And let's continue this. Sorry, I'm just trying to enjoy some very good watermelon. Alright, that's about all the watermelon I'm going to eat for now. 28th. These guys were formed out of Breslau. And their commander was von Brock A. Alsdorf, I believe. Where is he at? Hold on a second. I'm gonna pull this up. Sorry about this. That video is almost ready to be posted or published or whatever. Okay, infantry divisions. I'm trying to make this as historical and immersive as I can. What was that? The 28th. Okay, hurry up. Was formed in Breslau and Hans von Obstfelder. Okay, this man here. And we're gonna connect them to the... Okay, that Core HQ, and let's continue. Doing still good on oil. Okay, we're over on fuel. I might... Nah, I'm gonna try to get that filled up. Okay, we have... These guys were located in Greifswald, and Mischning will be the... Excuse me, sorry about that. Will be the commander of that Luftflotte wing and light infantry. Very good. SSHQ. 4-inch airframe. Well, let's start working on the police. We want to be able to suppress dissent and partisans. Yeah, we're doing good on supplies. Let's check out our intelligence. 10 and 9, 10 and 10. Okay. Maybe we can get some more tech stolen. Right. And the next year we will get way more command units. Okay, these guys were out of Gramench, Artekshkin, however you say it. And Kubler was their divisional commander. He was a World War I vet. and he was a very good commander. He was cared for his men, and his men loved him for that. He had a scar across his face. Yeah, he was just a very, very good commander. Okay, this was von Briesens. They formed out of Lübeck here. Well, I don't think it'd be Lübeck. Lübeck would be one of the towns, and they're part of that state. And where's Briesen, however you say it. And he was one of the first commanders into Paris. And we will attach him to 10th Corps. And we have 31 of these guys formed out of Braunschweig. And their commander is Kampf, I think. I'm gonna give Heinz Guderian a command level increase. How do you say that? Kampf. And we're gonna hook them to the 9th, I believe it is, or 11th. And these guys formed out of Koslin and Bohm, or however you say it, was their commander. And he was not a German, he was a Austrian. Is it H? There he is. He was an Austrian. He later was integrated into the Wehrmacht, and he was a very good general. And we'll hook them to the 2nd Army Corps. Okay, what do we got here? These guys, the 12th Infantry Division was led by von der Leyen. This corps was led by Strauss. Yeah, he's not in here yet, or he's commanding a infantry unit, and the 20th. Okay. Well, let's continue this. And I'm gonna change these. These are army generals, and I'm gonna give them in this game, with this mod, we have AA generals. Okay, we have the 35th, which was led by Reinhard, or something von Reinhard, and they were out of Karlsruhe. And von Manstein, we're gonna give him he was Rundstedt's chief of staff, or whatever it is, under the field marshal. We're gonna increase his command rank, and he's the one that develops the invasion of France through the Ardennes. Come to the 5th Corps. And the 36th Division was commanded by George Linderman Harster. He was a yeah. We're gonna give him a command too. Don't want him to keep getting picked. Okay, where is he at? There he is. Okay, I believe he wears a monocle. And we'll... yeah. Okay. Alright, I'm trying to get this down as soon as we can because it's going to need to be under 2. Alright. General Weaver, or Waver, however you say it. Okay, now we can research medium fuel tanks. And let's go twin engine airframe. And that goes up underneath sub-AA weapons. Okay. Oh shit. Stop that, and I think I'm gonna drop this down too. Well, let's check the intelligence. Yeah, there's both running 10. We'll leave it up there for a little bit longer. And next month we will twin engine airframe research advance, and we'll go ahead and do medium fuel tank as well. And that would be under 4 engine, or under the sub AA, because this one was almost completed anyways because of the General Weaver death that we got event in early, well, mid 36. So it unlocked a bunch of techs for us, pretty much. And we were actively researching them as well. So that helped progress it. Italy. Okay, finally they would give us money. We would give them money for more rares. And yes, we will do it because we need it. And that was fine taking that hit for a little bit because you get it up high enough, you can take it for 6 months or whatever, and it'll be fine, so don't worry so much. When you start doing trades and you start losing money, and it's big hits to your money, then you got a problem. You're gonna have, like for oil and rares, that you could starve the troops for a little bit, take some hits here and there, but this is going to be crucial towards in the later years of the war. Okay, Special Forces branch upgrade. And well, let's go large fuel tanks. We're Germany. We can afford spending our leadership on there, even though after we will be able to research 37, but not after, because you see down here at the bottom it says it has the red do not have the country flag tax. That was because of the General Weaver death, and we won't be able to research that for quite some time. And I'm gonna send this guy over to here. I'm gonna switch them to Erzhatz Heirs. Commando Befehlshaber des Erzhatz Heirs. Okay, Soviet Union, they have decided Red Fleet officers purge. Purge of the Navy removed 8 of 9 admirals. The purge fell heavily on the Navy, who were suspected of exploiting their opportunities for foreign contacts, which was just Stalin's incompetence and paranoia. Hitler's paying the bills of former Kaiser Wilhelm of Germany, and an accountant goes to Dorn, Holland, pictured, to check them virtually down to the penny. Okay, and we're paying for the ex-Kaiser's bills. In Hungary in 1938, a National Socialist German organization was formed, the Volksbund der Deutschen in Ungarn, under the leadership of Franz Anton Bosch, and it became the most influential political organization among the Hungarian Germans. And in 1940, it became the official representative of the Hungarian Germans, and it was directly controlled from Germany. The Volksbund had representatives in Hungarian parliament until 1945. Yes, and at that time, everything was just falling apart, so yes, we're going to support them. Deutsches Colonial Zeitung is edited by Paul Ritter and is published by Reichskolonial Bunds. It informs the German people about our once and future colonies. And interesting. And Weltkreis 2. Weltkreis was a German military district. A Weltkreis was responsible for recruiting, drafting, training, and mobilizing German soldiers for an army division. It was a very efficient method of military draft and training. It also provided the divisions with trained replacements. Using the Weltkreis system, the German army was mobilized in large waves of infantry, armored, and mixed divisions throughout World War II. The before the General Mobilization Plan of June 1939, each of BlackIce had two headquarters components. One was a tactical component that became a Corps headquarters unit and was sent to the front after mobilization. The other was deputy command component that stayed in the BlackIce to, however you say that, coordinate conscription, training, and replacement activities. The deputy component was made up of old soldiers, many of whom were World War I veterans and competent military administrators. And this is going to cost us a little bit, but that's alright. Get the manpower and form the 17th Army Corps, 27th, whatever it is. Was formed in April 1938 in Vienna. Excellent. And we'll come down here and we will strategically redeploy these guys. Vienna. Air bases in southern Germany. Yes. And we'll come down here. We'll move these to the top. Moving along nicely. Very, very nice. Okay, let's continue. Okay, what did... Oh, we're over. Okay, well, let's do this and this. Alright. Lena. Fast forward. We lost 3 IC with that 1% hit. The well crease, and that's gonna stay with us till 1947 it said, and industrial zone is ready. The new industrial zone is ready. It will appear on the map in at least one IC province with your nation's core under your control and without an existing strategic resource. Well, we're going to start production here. We're overproducing. And Standard Oil and IG Farben cooperation agreements between Standard Oil and IG Farben in the late 1920s aimed at creating a world monopoly on synthetic rubber. In 1938, Standard Oil provided IG Farben with its new butyl rubber process. This technology was critical because Germany had no natural rubber, and thus Germany's ability to fight depended on synthetic rubber. This will expand the Deutsche AG facilities in Frankfurt. It will also let Standard Oil expand their facilities. And this is a Rockefeller company. Rockefeller founded this company in 1878 with $1,000 from a loan from his dad, who was a criminal, was a swindler, went town to town selling people whatever he could sell them. Snake oil, placebo pills, you name it. He was a swindler. Okay, continue business or do not strengthen the future foe. We're going to continue it because America is going to be really strong regardless. So this is just nothing. So, continue business with America. Robert Tobler, he served as Gauleiter for Zurich and the National Front and ran the Party Paper Die Front, which was funded by Nazi Germany. Tobler was elected to the Swiss Parliament in 1935, becoming the only member of the National Front, or indeed any pro-Nazi group, to hold a parliamentary seat in the country. He took over as front leader in 1938, leading to his predecessor Rudolf Henne, splitting the movement. Tobler attempted to find a common ground with the government, although by this time it was too late, as the movement already had a reputation as firmly pro-Nazi. Oh crap. Yeah, let's do this. Let's build 3 flying boats, 3 naval bombers, and we're gonna do we'll do 4 interceptors. Okay, and we're gonna move these guys to there and continue this. These are moving along nicely, very nicely. Goring orders, this sucks. Orders all Jews Jews to get out of Austria. Field Marshal Hermann Goering, in a speech to 50,000 Austrians in Vienna, warned Jews that they must get out of Austria. Vienna is not a German city because 300,000 Jews live here. Vienna must become German again. The Jews must know we do not care to live with him. He must go. Goering also said that the Habsburg monarchist movement is forever dead. And we gained 1 dissent, and that's going to push us back more and more and more. Okay. Well, we're going to get some events that are going to fix that so that we can take the Sudetenland, and you need to get down below 2, I believe. Okay, AFVAA weapons advance. Very good. And we're going to stop that one. And let's start working on our capital ships. We'll go cemented armor. Historically used by Royal Navy, and it should be the Kriegsmarine on their capital ships. More advanced, better suited for armor plates version of Krupp's cemented armor designed in 1893. And we're going to start research, and it's partially done. And organization Todt. The Todt organization is Third Reich's civil and military engineering group in Germany, named after its founder Fritz Todt, an engineer and senior Nazi figure. Yes, he is an SA leader. I believe this is an SA uniform. The organization was responsible for a huge range of engineering projects both in pre-World War Germany, World War II Germany, and Germany itself, and occupied territories from France to the Soviet Union during the war. And we're going to go, this is a great deal. Yeah, most of the time you're going to go with these, but be careful, read them, make sure, but if you're watching from the beginning to the end, you click on what I do for the 99% of the time. RKB is also calling you. Reichskolonialbund must teach all Germans of our legacy in Africa. There are many scarce resources in our former colonies that the Reich need. And that is, I forgot his name. Ritter? Yes, interesting. Okay. And, well, let me see. Oh, that's almost done. And let's continue this. Might have to bump that up a little bit more. Where are we at? Yeah, let's do that. They have decided 8 million bayonets. Long as the world sneered at Italy's claim to have 8 million bayonets ready to defend the country, Italy will show the world that this is not mere bombastic propaganda. Okay, Congress, Sudeten Party in Carlsbad. The Congress State Party in Carlsbad. Conrad Henlein announced 8 requirements of the party: full equality of rights and status with the Czech people, acknowledgement of the Sudetenland German ethnic group as legal entity to maintain the status of equality within the state. 3. Definition and acknowledgement of the German settlement area. 4. Development of a German self-administration and the German settlement area, relevant to all aspects of public life insofar as they pertain to interests and concerns of the German ethnic group. 5. Institution of legal measures for the protection of those citizens living outside the closed settlement area of their ethnic group. 6. Elimination of the injustices inflicted on the Sudetenland Germans since 1918 and rectification of the harm and damage already sustained through those injustices. 7. Acknowledgement and implementation of this matter of principle. German civil servants for the German areas. 8. Full freedom to acknowledge and maintain our German ethnicity and our German worldview. And this is a big rally. And that is like one of the last things really heats things up in the Sudeten and Czechoslovakian area. And we're gonna go ahead and increase this. Yeah. Get it up a little bit more. A little bit more, I guess. Sheesh. There we go. Overproducing. Get some convoys. The Führer in Italy. The Führer travels to Italy to visit El Duce from May 3rd to the 9th, 1938. This tour includes stops in Rome, Florence, Venice, Naples. Many high-ranking National Socialist figures are on the tour, also including Hermann Goering, Rudolf Hess, Reichsführer SS Heinrich Himmler, Dr. Joseph Goebbels and his wife Magda. Mussolini escorted Hitler in visiting Italy and showed him numerous parades and historical sites. And there they are. The Führer in Italy. There are many large crowds to greet this Führer. And we'll take the full tour. Military exercise. El Duce shows off his military to his German visitors. And you can see there's an officer there showing the, I don't know if that's naval viewing or army viewing. Best troops. Time to eat. During the many state functions, we have time to compare uniforms and show the world the future belongs to the best uniformed. See him walking around there. Best uniforms. Italian Empire. People from all over the Italian Empire are shown off to Hitler. Good visit. This is a good visit for Hitler and it helps to bring Italy closer to the Reich. Nice. And stab KG 254. And we'll put him in Munich, I guess. And we're not gonna give this to Udet. Who should we give this to? Well, I guess we can give it to... Give it some more. What was I gonna do? something, but I forgot what it was. Oh, well, let's continue. Close air support prototype advance. And we'll stop that one. It's too far in advance. And let's go here. And we got some more units. KG2 again. Nice. Medium bomber prototype advance. Very good. And, well, let's start working on our tank destroyers. Get those up to par. Continue here. Why are we dropping? Come on. On production again. Should be getting some events here pretty quick. And we have some coal mines being built. Very nice. Very nice. Very nice. And supercharger. And the Soviet Union canceled supplies. Okay, tank destroyer we got, so let's start working on our infantry units, artillery, etc. And we have more planes. Okay. And the last one. And that should really jump us up for... Yeah, we're really starting to put it together now. Probably moving the Blucher up here in a bit. We'll get up. That's awesome. We'll get more coal and more steel for sure. Definitely gonna need more steel than coal, but it's all gonna be very important to us. Amphibious warfare equipment, very good. Yes. And well, let's do the mobile. Holy crap. So let's stop that. And let's stop that one. That's 39. And oh, we don't need a restart. Well, I guess we could. And let's do our artillery. And what's gonna be next for it? I guess. And then we'll go for direct fire. And Reichsführer wants a 6.5 or a 5.6. The high policies had blown up the Glorious since May 1937 in 16 games unbeaten. Breslau Elf national coach Sepp Herberger was forced by the Nazi government to integrate the Austrians, but the two different plane systems proved to be not compatible to each other. Disciplined fighters here, sloppy genius there. Fire hit on water. But Herberger's protest at the Special Office of Football in Sitten went unheeded. Seppel, do you live on the moon? You know what has been going on. The Reichsführer wants a 6.5 or a 5.6. History expects this from us. Taught him Chief Officer Felix Linnemann in regard to the formation. In the future, the national team should thus play with 6 Germans and 5 Austrians, or vice versa. Frustrated, Herberger returned to Duisburg Sports School, where he was now trying to make two contrary football schools in a winning team. And we get popularity, gain some unity, national revolt risk is reduced, national unity rises, and ruling party support goes up to 41. Very nice. Okay. Ah, yes, we're really starting to hammer them out now. This is when I want these ships to get up. This will be done soon. Those will be done soon. Okay, coastal subs, advance, artillery, and we're gonna go direct fire, command and control. Continue. Drink some water. Submarine torpedo advance. Nice. And we'll stop that one because that is a 42 tech. And that's way too. Well, let's do carrier crew training. Get that one. When we do get carriers online, our diplomatic service reports from Prague. Faithful Forever Manifesto for the Defense of the Republic is published in many newspapers, and by the end of September it's signed by over 1 million people. Interesting. And they're really worried about German aggression in their country, and they are more or less mobilizing for war against Germany's invasion. That doesn't come diplomatically squashed. Okay, Netherlands would like money for oil. We might buy their oil just for a little bit. Yeah, we'll do this. And we have 157 hot stand. Well, let's do these guys here. Medium bomber, and we're gonna fix this here in a minute. I'll give it to this guy. And we're gonna give Udet this because this is like prototypes. Airplane. And our descent is going down pretty rapidly. Continue. And warhead and fusing advance and guidance advance. So our torpedoes are up to snuff now. They're all 42 techs. Carrier crew training. And, well, let's start on our... Well, we can't do that yet. We need for radios to advance. Let's start working on this. It's going to take at least a year. And our naval pilot training. Let's get that up. So when we get our naval bombers and planes, flying boats and whatnot, they will be ready to kick ass. So I want to make sure I'm getting the right squadrons because a while ago I was looking for something and I had completely split them up, so it was hard for me to find. Don't know why I did that, but I did. And we're going to go ahead and stop intelligence for now. We want to build those spies up to 99 and above because we haven't gotten anything stolen from them in a while. And I think I'm going to get ready to start not producing, but buying some more oil. gun turret advance. Gun position, twin engine planes advance. Very nice, very nice. And looking for something. Looking for something. Yep. We're not gonna continue that one. There's more important stuff. I have ground crew training. And let's go attack bomber crew. And how I was saying that they're really amping up for defense of their country. Our diplomatic service reports that Czechoslovakia, after they have received reports of some of our preparations for Fallgrün, Operation Green, have begun a partial mobilization, one-year reservists and members of the technical and special units to protect municipal elections out of a fear of possible incidents during the election. Yeah, they are mobilizing for sure. And they have a pretty decent sized military and arms factories and whatnot that I would say is on level to exceed and or equal parts with the German. Battle of the century. Lewis came out blazing in the first round, and Schmeling tried to counterpunch as he had in the first bout, but to no avail. Driven into the ropes and battered with facade of short, crisp blows from every angle, Schmeling turned his back to his opponent and clutched onto the ropes, letting out a scream. Schmeling's knees buckled under the punishment, and referee Arthur Donovan pushed Lewis away, beginning a count on Schmeling. Schmeling reluctantly stepped away from the ropes, and Donovan allowed him to continue. A few punches later, Schmeling was knocked down again. From then on, he was helpless. And we gain some dissent here. That sucks. Damn it. And we lose popularity and relation with America. Former Marine Staatstrupp Abteilung. Marine Staatstrupp Company was a secret Kriegsmarine formation formed in 1938 in Swinemund from Marine Artillery Abteilung 123 as the only real German Marine infantry unit. September 1938, a reinforced platoon led by Lieutenant Walter Schug embarked on the German battleship Deutschland, headed for Spain, where it blew up a Republican radio station on the island of Ibiza. I would say it's one of the... yeah, right here. Ibiza. Yep. Okay, cool. It's in the game. Awesome. Hold on a second. In March 1939, MSK was among German forces occupying Memmeland. On 24 August 1939, the 230 men strong MSK embarked on the German minesweeper M1 in Memel and was transferred to as SMS Schleswig-Holstein in preparation for the German invasion of Poland. In the early hours of 1 September 1939, MSK disembarked Schleswig-Holstein in order to attack the Polish fortress at Westerplatte in the Danzig harbor. And we're gonna do this, and I didn't. It's pretty interesting. Only real naval Marines they had. That's pretty cool. And that's cool. We have those pictures, and we have more units coming. More bombers, more. Okay, let's continue this. Sorry, I got my mic turned off because I'm eating some pop ice or popsicles or whatever. Okay, fighter ground crew training advance, and we're going to cancel that one. And still can't do airplane radio. Well, let's do the ground crew training. Let's continue here. Fighter bomber prototype advance. And we're going to stop that one. And no, we still can't do airplane radios. Well, let's start working on our fighters. Interception tactics. Let's get that up there. And Brazil considers admitting Austrians. The Brazilian Foreign Office is considering admitting refugees from Austria. And our relations have faltered with the Portuguese, South American Portuguese. And it's now May 25th, 1938, and we're cruising along. Veterans warned by Pétain. Diplomatic report: Marshal Henri Pétain today called upon France's 4 million war veterans to resume the mental habits of World War soldiers and work quickly to unite the nation in the face of the threat of war with Germany. First, we must reforge our united national souls for Frenchmen. And again, we're losing relations with all the European nations around us because mein Führer is getting ready to take Czechoslovakia. Mountain HQ advance and bomb site advance. I'll stop that one. Bomb site, we'll stop that one. Interception tactics. Well, let's do air superiority as well. Well, we might as well do Marine HQs. For sure. We didn't have any Marines, but that ain't stopping us. Study for level 2 Mountain HQ has finished. And we get 1 Mountain Army HQ. Okay. Nice. Very, very nice. Okay, we're down to 2.9. And what does Spain want? Fuel for money. Yes, we will give you fuel for money. And how's Japan doing? Okay. Looks like they're getting cut off. Wasting. Okay, that sucks. I need them to be more aggressive and better at this. Battle Commander Recognition Advance. Very nice. That drops our delay between attacks by 6 hours. And we'll stop that one. Let's get our close air support pilots up there. Well, they can start doing something here. We're gonna need them. Okay, we are definitely gonna need the Japanese to do better than this. Excuse me. And we got a decision here. Exchange IC for resources. And like I said, this is pretty much if you're like on the verge of defeat or in defeat, you you can do these, but it's just not worth it. I don't say never because you never know when you're going to need it. So I'd rather not need it than need it when I need it. You know what I mean? We're slowly building up our money, but it's going to take a while. Okay, motorized HQ advance. Delay between attacks by an hour. And fighter ground crew. Ground control. I'm gonna let that one continue, but I am gonna stop the motorized HQ. We're gonna do ground attack tactics. And we're gonna do that one first. Over the air bases in the former Österreich in order to be housing the Luftflotte 4, we need to build more air bases, airfields. Okay, let's build air bases. Gonna drop our ICs down again. And study for level 2 motorized HQ. And we get an army. Need this. Send resources to help Franco. And forming IVJG134. And yes. Okay, let's continue. Okay. Yeah, they need to do something here. Twin engine armor research advance. Okay, we'll stop that one. And ground attack tactics. Let's do supply organization. And we're gonna drop that one down. Put that one up first. West wall limes program. The bunkers had a ceiling and walls 1.5 meters thick. That's about 4.5 feet thick. Total of 3,471 Type 10 bunkers were built along the entire length of the Siegfried Line. Here to here. The Siegfried Line. The bunkers had a central room or shelter for 10 to 12 men with a stepped embrasure facing backwards and a combat section 50 centimeters high. This section had embrasures at the front and sides for machine guns. More embrasures were provided for carbines, and the entire structure was constructed so as to be safe against poison gas. Every soldier was given a sleeping place and a stool. Okay, that's organization tote is involved in this, and then you can see their little, well, these are little like pill boxes you can shoot out of. Looks like 1, 2, 3, maybe 5 different directions, and we're gonna secure our border, and we'll lose 8 IC intel for 10 days and 10,000 supplies. End of Breslau Elf on the 14th day of May 1938. The Breslau Elf played for the last time in preparation match against England and Berlin. It was defeated by 3-6. The German team has become the great unknowns of the World Cup. Thus, the 3-6 against England has Still to be good. Let's see what the World Cup brings. We gain, we lose popularity and descent. Okay, damn it, damn it, damn it. Well, maybe we need to get this back up a little higher. Yeah, leave it there. That sucks. Yeah, and the World Cup thing is really going to hit us for like, a little bit, I guess. Spanish state enforced civil war on the Spanish Republic. Okay. Spanish state annexed the Spanish Republic. Manchuria Aviation Company. The Manchuria Aviation Company would like to set up a long-distance route between Sinking and Berlin. They would also like to purchase some Junkers Ju-86Z-1 transports, that plane there. This would improve our relations with both Manchukuo and Japan, and we're going to sell them to them. By train to Paris. Because Germany was a poor country in foreign exchange in 1938, it was ordered to refer in France no quarter, but to travel by train and only with the closest circle. Thus, only 15 players, Herberger, a functionary, and the masseur made the journey on the train towards Paris on the 2nd of June. Even in times of synchronized press, aroused the public indignation that the others are left behind in Duisburg instead of giving them the opportunity to witness the fight in Paris at least. We're not able to grasp. A closed, uniform, functioning body is our World Cup representatives. We had believed. Too bad that we were wrong about it. They can still win. Air bases in southern Germany. Again, I'm gonna come down here and move all these. Oh crap! I forgot to move those air bases. Damn it, damn it, damn it. And, well, I guess we'll... And, yeah, we'll move one of these artillery units up for sure. That way they can get done. The descent is really killing us. We need to. It's pissing me off. I was hoping the Spanish state would take longer to defeat. Okay, radios advanced. Very good. We're gonna stop that one, and we're gonna do airplane radio communications, and that one is going to be where's that? Up here. Okay, very good. And we got one insufficient artillery flexibility. Okay, that's too far in advance. And well, let's do basic education. And we'll put that one at the bottom too. And we're overproducing by a bit. And we're going to continue. Okay, we will be... No. Oh. Probably in this month we're going to raise our officers. Tactical Air Command Advance. And looks like Mountain Unit Training. Okay, well, we're going to stop that one. And Mountain Unit Training. Stop that one. Okay, let's do radar for destroyer frigate. And close air support ground crew training. And we're overproducing again. Okay, let's continue. That'll be done quickly. Okay, well, let's put that other one up here too. Get that one done as well. Okay, Mein Führer, we learned that Colombia has quietly taken steps. Alright. First round, Switzerland, Germany. Hitler's expansionist policies had cost a lot of sympathy in the neighboring countries. Quite a few of the 2,000 supporters who had traveled in special trains were attacked and spat upon in Paris when the team entered in bottles. Eggs, and tomatoes were thrown, and unworthy framework for a World Cup opening match, which course of also not aroused any applause. The early German lead of Koblenzer Joseph Gaschel resembled Abelin before the break, and since then were no more goals. It went into overtime in sweltering heat. It remained in the 1-1. Sad climax was the first World Cup sending off a German from Vienna, Johann Pesser, settled in the 113th minute, carried away to a revenge foul and kicked Nelly. The crowd was whipped up now, almost out of its mind. Neue Zucker Zeitung commented, worried, it was a very severe test, which let the word of the uninflamed sports appear as a hollow phrase and is suitable to bring out vividly the slumbering moment of danger in athletic competitions. Then the rematch must bring the decision. Okay, we're gonna lose descent here until for 4 days. Okay, that's really gonna help us. But then we're gonna get that descent back, I think. 5 mark plan. Save only 5 marks a week from your increased salary, and in 4 years you'll be the owner of a brand new Volkswagen people's car. And we lose descent, we lose unity, but not a lot. Okay, we'll be able to take the Sudetenland here pretty quick in the next couple days, hopefully. Okay. S.A. Ritter, Kampfmannschaften, combat companies of Group Might. We're overproducing. And we got some more units done. 29th Infantry Division was formed here in Erfurt. Yes. And Lemelson was the commander. Yes, this man here. And we're going to connect them to... Yeah, we'll do that one. Alright, we're down to 2-2, and that only goes for a couple more hours. Okay. Yeah, come on, come on, come on, come on. Alright. Marine SA. They're both inland Marine SA training centers on lakes and along major rivers, and on training vessels and other small vessels in coastal regions. Should we increase and expand the Marine SA training program? Keep training or leave it to the Navy? We're going to keep training. Got a bunch of stuff here. And our ice seas is rising again. Getting way back up there. And you see we're getting some more of these. Okay, well, let's continue this. Where did those... Yeah, we have these ice seas left to produce, and we'll be good. Okay, yes, the Treaty of Munich. So we're gonna go ahead and you're gonna want to do this. We're gonna come here, save. You want to save. Save, save, save. And now we're gonna come here and do the Treaty of Munich. During the summer of 1938, the pro-Nazi elements among the Czech Germans demanded the right to secede from Czechoslovakia, a move that created enormous tensions between Germany and Czechoslovakia. Hitler, using the minority settlements in the Sudetenland, started to propagandize about Czech atrocities against ethnic Germans in an effort to lay the blame for a future conflict on the Czech government. At the same time as German troops infiltrated the Bohemian borderlands, Hitler agreed to host a peace conference in Munich. Hitler, Chamberlain, Daladier, and Mussolini met and agreed that Hitler should have the Sudetenland of Czechoslovakia. The Czechs, who were not represented at the meeting, realized that their own allies were deserting them, and under pressure from the French and British, they were forced to surrender the Sudetenland to Germany. Hitler assured those at the meeting that this was the extent of his ambitions for expansion. Chamberlain returned to England with a piece of paper signed by Hitler proclaiming peace in our time. Okay, this is the meeting. There's Ribbentrop, there's Chamberlain. I don't know who that is, or that. I think that's Luftwaffe. That's Wehrmacht, and there's Hitler. On September 13th, 1938, after internal violence and disruption in Czechoslovakia ensued, Chamberlain asked Hitler for a personal meeting to find a solution to avert a war. Chamberlain arrived by plane in Germany on 15 September, and then arrived at Hitler's residence in the Berchtesgaden for the meeting. Berchtesgaden. Sudeten German leader Heinlein flew to Germany on the same day. On that day, Hitler and Chamberlain held discussions in which Hitler insisted that the Sudeten Germans must be allowed to exercise the right of national self-determination and be able to join Sudetenland with Germany. Hitler also expressed concern to Chamberlain about what he perceived as British threats. Chamberlain responded that he had not issued threats, and in frustration asked Hitler, "Why did I come over here to waste my time?" Hitler responded that if Chamberlain was willing to accept the self-determination of the Sudeten Germans, he would be willing to discuss the matter. Chamberlain and Hitler held discussions for 3 hours, after which the meeting adjourned and Chamberlain flew back to the UK and met with his cabinet to discuss the issue. Godesberg Memorandum. Chamberlain arrives in Bad Godesberg for further talks with Hitler over the crisis. Hitler demands a German occupation of all German Sudeten territories by October 1st. That night, after a telephone conference, Chamberlain reverses his position and advises the Czechs to mobilize for war. Munich crisis. Hitler told the French ambassador, "My good friend Benito Mussolini has asked me to delay for 24 hours the marching orders of the German army, and I agreed." Of course, this was no concessions, as the invasion date was set for the 1st of October 1938. Adolf Hitler, Neville Chamberlain, Benito Mussolini, and Edward Daladier. There's Count Giano, son-in-law of Mussolini. Meet in Munich. War or peace? And peace in our time. There's an 80-20% that 80% of the time it's going to be peace in our time. The other 20% is going to be war. The agreement was officially introduced by Mussolini, although in fact the so-called Italian plan had been prepared in the German Foreign Office. It was nearly identical to the Godesberg proposal. The German army was to complete the occupation of Sudetenland by 10 October, and an internal commission would decide the future of other disputed areas. France and Britain do not fulfill their commitment to their military alliance with Czechoslovakia. The fools. No war. Gain 30 manpower, and we'll get the Munich event. Lose 3 descent. Okay. The Treaty of Munich, Sudetenland to Germany. During the summer of 1938, the pro-Nazi elements among the Czech Germans demanded the right to succeed the Czech. Okay, we already read this, and we gained another 100 manpower. Alright. And this is going to jump us up, and you see they're seceding from the... And the first round, we lose, we tie, and then we end up losing. 5 days later, the two teams met again in the playoff. Main Osten and Strasbourg. The first half belonged to the Germans. Hahnemann 8 scored the 1-0, and an own goal from Lorcher sealed the 2-0 lead of the favorites, but the 2-1 goal by Wałaszek 41 insecure German deeply. After the halftime, Switzerland made the game as the chemistry within the German team simply was not right. Bickel 64 and twice the unstoppable Abglin 75 and 78 completed a Swiss success. Believe me, it was a terrible battle. It wasn't a game anymore. Okay, we gained a little bit of descent. Oh my god. And we're gonna get hit here with descent. Forward air controller advance, and we're gonna stop that one. Okay, what are we gonna do now? Assault concentration, yes. Work on that. We need to get that 8th Brigade. And University Tehran, the University Clinic Tehran University Hospital has been planned by the Iranian government in 1928, but it took almost a decade to choose the architect and finalize the preliminary studies. The German architect Ernst Kopp, this guy, was selected as the project architect. Philipp Holzmann AG, the guys that build the Autobahn. Oh shit, we're way over on time. Got the contract for the construction of the hospital. It was the first called University Slink Clinic Tehran, and later became known as Tehran 500 Beds Hospital. University of Tehran acted as the local partner of Philipp Holzmann in the construction supervision. The project will need support of the Reich and would improve our relations with Iran. And we're going to build the hospital. Want to get Iran on our side. And let's continue here. Need to get some more supplies. Okay, light cruiser escort advance. We're gonna stop that one, and let's go Special Forces Combined Arms. And PD Tanganyika, we can send the PD Tanganyika, which was was purchased in 1936 from Deutsche Ost-Africa Line on the KDF cruise around Africa. It could have on board some of the right people to better improve our relations, gather information in that part of the world. Should we send ship on the voyage? And I guess these flags spell out PD Tanganyika, and this was a spy ship, a spy mission. And we're gonna send it. And we're up to 511 in our ICs. And what are we doing for production? Okay. We're not even bringing down that. Okay. Daimao, the Seagull, the magazine of the casino town on Zapat and Freistadt Zanzig. Should we set up a program to send some loyal workers to Zapat? This would help morale of the company. And yes, this is a nice idea. At the casino, the nightlife is like Monte Carlo, and it is thought as Riviera of the North. We're gonna go more info. Zapat. Following the signing of the Treaty of Versailles in 1919, Sopat became a part of the Free City of Danzig due to proximity of the Polish and German borders. The economy of the town soon recovered. The new casino became one of the main sources of income of the tiny free city-state. In 1927, the city authorities rebuilt the casino hotel. We're gonna go more. NS Playground. Naturally, the casino and hotels of Zapat were an ideal venue for the gathering of Nazi big shots like Dr. Joseph Goebbels, Reichsminister Rudolf Hess. Like that's him in the background there. And Reichsleiter Dr. Robert Ley. And their entourages for the meetings of all sorts. Sopat, a health spa to keep all the visitors healthy. And there's a naked lady. Nice. At Sopat, one can enjoy every sort of holiday activity from sunbathing and dancing to fashion shows, parades, exercising, tennis, horse jumping, rowing, mud baths, operas, and symphony concerts. And we lose some dissent. Good, 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 good. We need that. And we're no longer receiving that money. Very nice. Okay, we'll go a little bit longer. And then we'll call it a night. Get ready for bed and work tomorrow again. Okay, industrial efficiency advance. And we're going to stop that one. And we're going to work on our Blitzkrieg doctrine. Continue. Hopefully we don't go over because we're going to have to drop our industry laws. Okay. Start working on some of this scent. Damn, people getting all pissed off and whatnot. Okay, we're no longer receiving rares. Okay, descent is moving down. Very nice. And those are going to be done soon. Okay, that's going to jump us up big time. A lot. Okay, the World Cup in 1938 is over. In 18 games, 211 players were used and scored 54 goals. Italy wins the World Cup, Hungary 2, and Brazil 3. The best player of the tournament came neither from Italy nor from Hungary. Leonidas Jose da Silva, inventor of the overhead kick, was guest in France. He led the Select-KO through the tournament with 7 goals and was the top scorer. The Hungarian Gyula Sengler scored 10 goals in the entire tournament, was thus the most successful kicker in the final round, including the qualification, and played a key role in the success of the East European country. Italy team manager Vittorio Pozzo was able to successfully defend the title. Up to today, he's the only coach who won 2 World Cup titles. And that's him there, maybe? Or is that? No, that's him. Next to Paola. He was also built on the Triestina striker Colosso. Maeza proved to be the heart of the Squadra Azzurra. The striker stood in the service of the team and became the assist giver for Viola. Thus, the Milan was able to crown a year before his resignation again to become world champion. Okay, well, whatever. Okay, we're up at machine gun focus. Okay, we're gonna stop that one. And let's start working on these again. Get those up. Need to get this descent down as soon as possible. And our spies are building back up. Very nice. Ah, shit. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, let's drop this down to about 49. And we'll raise this up to want to get our officers back up there again. 15. Alright. Well, that should be okay. And let's continue. And yeah, we'll finish this one. Grand battle plan advance and infantry radio communications, and we'll stop that one. And grand battle plan. Okay, very nice. Let's continue. Let's finish this month, save, and call it quits for the night. Holy crap! It's 12. Oh my god! I gotta go to bed. Okay, what do we have here? 7th U Flotilla. Okay. Wagner. 7th Operational U-Bat. Founded on June 25th, 1938. Honor of Captain Lieutenant Bernard Wagner, U-boat commander during World War I. And we will get this one. There. And we'll drop this descent down pretty quick. Yeah, that's gonna drop down fast. Okay. Okay, we're no longer giving them supplies, and we're overproducing. What do we got here? Bank of International Settlements. Very nice. Okay, we'll do that. And you want to do the max here. And next day we'll get RIC. No, we don't need our rares. Okay. Alright, yeah, let's continue this. It's really gonna help us with our getting this down below 5, that way these people aren't all pissed off. Okay, capital ship damage control system advance. Very nice. Okay, we're still in the red there. And let's continue. Just for a bit longer. Okay, Switzerland. Infantry unit training advance. Stop that one. And German-Polish trade agreement, an economic agreement, and payment of goods signed in Berlin between Poland and the German Reich. This will improve relations with Poland. Yes. Air bases in Österreich. Turn manpower back. Okay. And we'll get this one back up there. Okay, well, let's continue. Let's check rares. Where's Italy at? Let me see if I can buy Portugal's. Okay, no, they don't want to sell us. Whatever. Alright, you assholes. Bulgaria, yes, we will buy yours. No. Fighter pilot training advance, very good. Okay, we'll stop that one. Tank radios, stop that one. And medium anti-aircraft, and we're gonna stop that one. Okay. And we're, let's... that one's not done. Let's start working on Mountain HQ. Oh, we're already over on that. Oh, let's get our single engine fighters up and ready to go. Okay, tanks, small AT, and probably should start working on that support tank too. And nationalists won the war. Phalangists won the Spanish Civil War. Now we have one more friend on the Mediterranean coast, as well as the invaluable experience in modern warfare that we gained. Our diplomats can now work to bring Spain onto our side. Okay, very nice. And we get this unit here. They don't have an HQ, but they get a combined arms because of the Combined Arms Group Brigade there. Okay, let's continue. That's... well... 541. Electric steel welding and troop ship flotilla. We're gonna stop that one. And we're gonna start working on transport ship engine. And we got a little bit more. Well, let's start working on our radar and our Estonia. Nope. Yeah, we'll just buy these. Der Deutsche Mühlenbetrieb, the German mills operation, one of the many magazines covering the Reich's Schnarrstan agenda of Blut and blood and soil. Work. Japanese youth leaders from various organizations have come to visit our great nation. Delegation is led by a department chief from the Japanese Military of Culture, Ajins, who was assisted by Duke Watanabe. September, Reichsjung Führer Balder von Schrasch welcomed the boys to Munich. They were especially invited to attend the NSDAP Party Day. The Japanese youth leaders stayed in Germany for 3 months. Their trip ended in Naples, Italy, where they boarded a Japanese steamer. Okay, welcome to Germany. And rolling artillery barrages is completed, and well, let's start working on these. And we have stop 158. Let's put them there, and we'll give it to the forester. And, well, let's start producing motor torpedo boats. And motorized infantry, artillery, we'll go armored car, motorized engineers, and trucks, and we'll give them a division HQ. Yes, this looks good to me. It's 33. Yeah, we'll go put it on the reserves, and we will put these guys down here. Very nice. And yeah, we'll lower this one down. That works for me. Okay, and let's continue. A couple more days and we will be done. Italy. Yes. Want your rares. And we're no longer receiving that. And I'm going to end the episode here. Thanks for coming. Thanks for watching. And please like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you guys again soon. Bye now.